Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome to this little static screen special. We're bringing back static screen. I've promised it for a while, and now it's happening. But we're going to kick things off with static screen with my top 10 movies of 2017. It's been a fantastic year for movies, just as it was for video games. So many to go through, but I've picked out what I believe is my personal top 10 movies of 2017. And we'll have a few honorable mentions at the end of the video. Anyways, it's time to sit back and enjoy this list. And I will be spoiler free here for this list. Okay, let's do it. Number 10. Split by M. Night Shyamalan. I cannot believe that I am putting an M. Night Shyamalan movie on here, but Split was so friggin' good. It was a small feeling movie with just fantastic character acting from James McAvoy. Just absolutely brilliant. It is definitely worth seeing, and the end of the movie made me go, oh my god, I'm so excited for what M. Night Shyamalan is about to do next. Just so good. So, Split, number 10. Number 9. Baby Driver. I love Edgar Wright movies. Like, pretty much everything the man does, I absolutely enjoy, and this was no different. This was just a pure, fantastic movie. It went in a bit of a different direction than what I expected it to be, but it had a killer soundtrack. The story was extremely well written. It was fun. It was intense. You felt scared for the characters at moments. Just so damn good. Let's just try and ignore the whole Kevin Spacey thing going on in real life right now. Movie itself, absolutely fantastic, well worth seeing, and deserving to be on my top 10 list this year. Number 8. Wonder Woman. DC didn't fuck it up. Wonder Woman was absolutely the best DC movie that came out this year, even though there were only 2. And the other one wasn't half bad. But yeah, Wonder Woman, this was really great. Kind of fell apart a little bit in the third act. If it was a bit stronger, the villain looking a bit better, maybe this movie would have gotten higher on my list. But yeah, that third act really pushed it a little bit further down. But I gotta say, for somebody who was very scared of Gal Gadot being Wonder Woman, I thought she was the best part of Batman v Superman, and this movie just solidified her. I thought she was amazing in this role. Yeah, Wonder Woman, absolutely fantastic, and it's the one DC movie that I'm happy to say that I have bought on Blu-ray. Good job, DC and Warner Brothers. Make more like that. Number 7. War for the Planet of the Apes. I do believe that this just caps off the perfect trilogy, in my opinion. These movies have been so damn good, and War, just like the previous 2, is absolutely fantastic. By far one of the best films that I've watched this year, or any other year, to be honest with you. If not for the other 6 films ahead of this, which I'll be honest, I have a bit of a bias toward superhero movies, which you will soon see, this movie would have ranked way higher, but it is great. The performance by Andy Serkis, once again, is phenomenal. This is absolutely a movie worth watching, and if you haven't seen the other 2 yet, watch them as well. These movies get better with each additional release, so do yourself a favor, go watch War for the Planet of the Apes. Number 6. Blade Runner 2049. Holy shit, a sequel living up to the hype surrounding it. This movie is extremely good. It is a fantastic, smart sci-fi movie. It nails the tone of the original Blade Runner. It just lives up to everything the previous movie built. Like, there is nothing in this movie that I felt like disgraced the previous movie. Ryan Gosling is awesome into it. Harrison Ford being back, playing the role perfectly again. This movie is just sequel perfection, in my opinion. I absolutely dug this movie. I wish it did way better in the theaters. So do yourself a favor, when it releases on Blu-ray, DVD, on demand, whatever, do check out this movie because it is great. And I'm sure if you've already seen the original, you've already seen it, but if you haven't, you kind of passed on to it because you were worried. Don't be. See this movie. It is so good. Number 5. Logan. If there was ever a superhero movie deserving of an Oscar or even an Oscar nomination from the Academy Awards, it is this movie. This is the R-rated X-Men movie that we've always wanted. We've always wanted to see Wolverine just murdering people left and right. We get this in here, but also we get just a phenomenal character-driven piece here. Hugh Jackman in absolutely his best role, or his best time as Wolverine. The arc that character goes through in this movie is so great. Patrick Stewart, again, a phenomenal performance as Professor Xavier in a way we've never seen him before. I can't remember her name now, but the young girl who plays X-23 in this movie, she is by far the absolute best kid actor I've maybe ever seen. She is so good. Yeah, this movie is just the pinnacle of what superhero movies could absolutely be. I mean, this is just a phenomenal piece of filmmaking here. So yeah, see Logan, and it's great in black and white too. The noir cut of the film just makes it even better in my opinion. One of the best movies I've rewatched in black and white. Yeah, Logan, watch it. Number 4. Spider-Man Homecoming. Seeing Spider-Man back in the MCU again after his kind of brief cameo appearance in Captain America Civil War was just incredible. Seeing the scaled back nature of the MCU, like no giant blue light in the sky. Spider-Man's not like saving the universe from total destruction here. He's just protecting the everyman, and seeing his arc with the Vulture was great, and that interconnectivity, like, they nailed how personal Spider-Man can be with his villains, like the close connection he can have with them in this relatively, like, big but overall small world when you think about it. This was just a joy to watch. One of the absolute best Marvel movies under the MCU that we've ever gotten. This is far superior than the previous 5 Spider-Man movies that we've gotten. This is just so good. Just absolutely so good, and I cannot stress that enough. Just welcome back home, Spider-Man. Number 3. Thor Ragnarok. My God, when you think about like movies that are just a pure joy to sit back and watch, this was Thor Ragnarok. The humor, so good. The action, incredible. Just like the story arc that you see Thor. This is Chris Hemsworth's best performance as Thor, by the way. He is spot on, so good in this movie. All the sub characters were great. Didn't dislike a person in this movie, actually. This proved that Thor could be a great franchise. I mean, the first movie I really loved. The second one was a little ho-hum. It was fine. Liked it, but this movie just nailed everything. This is the best Hulk that we've gotten in any of the movies so far. We've seen more character development from both Hulk and Bruce Banner in this movie, which is fantastic. The villain, great in my opinion. Kate Blanchett is just amazing as Hela here. Maybe the best villain we've seen since Loki. And Loki is great in this movie. A bit of a redeeming arc for his character in here as well. And yeah, just like the end to this movie is just so good and makes you wonder, like, oh man, I'm really excited to see where these characters are going to go next in the MCU. Yeah, Thor Ragnarok, pure joy to watch. Absolutely deserving to be at number 3 in my top 10 list this year. I cannot wait for the Blu-ray release of this movie, because just like another one I'm about to talk about, I will probably rewatch this movie over and over and over again once I get my hands on a physical copy of it. So good. So good! Number 2. Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Talk about a decisive movie. But for me, I absolutely love this film. I thought just the way Rian Johnson took what expectations we had, basically threw them out the window, took a sharp right turn, and went in a completely different direction. I love that. I really enjoyed how the characters were portrayed in this movie. Most of them, I think Finn could have been a bit better. I thought the new character Rose was alright. I fucking love the Porgs. Let's just get that out of the way right now. Porgs for life right here. I thought Luke was incredible. Rey was great. Kylo was fantastic. And the interactions between Kylo and Rey, I think, were some of the absolute best scenes in the movie overall. I don't want to get into any spoilers here, but there were 3 big moments in this movie that I thought were 3 of the best moments I've ever seen in any Star Wars film. One without any sound, you might know what that is. That was just mind-blowing. There's a scene, and the other 2 scenes with Luke, where he's staring down at 4 or 5 things, which was great. And an intimate moment between Luke and a certain droid. You'll know what that is if you've seen it, or you kind of can put it together yourself anyway, but those 3 moments accumulated with how the story went, how some of the reveals happened, some of the big shocking twists that happened in this movie where you think, okay, this is going to be resolved in episode 9, but nope, wait, it's resolved right here, right now, and we have no idea where episode 9 may be going next, and I, for one, love that. I think this is one of the smartest Star Wars movies I've probably seen. Yeah, I'm all in on this movie. I absolutely adore it. I love it. I think The Force Awakens was that boost of nostalgia that we needed. That familiar, warm hug that we needed to say, okay, Star Wars, it's back. It's back to what you know, what you love. We are taking care of this franchise and we're not going to ruin it like the prequels did. And this movie is like, okay, you had that warm hug, but now it's time. We have to move on. We have to go for a brand new adventure, and I absolutely love that. Phenomenal movie. Absolutely deserving of my number 2 this year, in my opinion. I know some people may hate it, didn't like the way it went. I respect that. I can kind of understand where you're coming from. For me, though, I loved the direction that they went into. I'm very excited for episode 9, and I really want to go back and watch this movie again because I think I appreciated it on the second viewing more so than I did on the first viewing, and I saw them back to back. So the second time I saw it, I was looking into more things and like going, oh, okay, I can appreciate that much more. Maybe that wasn't as great as I thought it was the first time around, but I know where they're coming from and I appreciate it. So yeah, love this movie, absolutely love it. If you haven't seen it yet, I say do so. If you thought it was bad, maybe give it another shot. But if you didn't like it, that's okay. Personally, absolutely loved it, but there's only one other movie this year that I thought was even better than The Last Jedi, and that movie is number 1. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Is this a real surprise? Not really, because if you know me, you know that I absolutely adore the very first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. It is my favorite movie of all time now, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is right up there with it, because I consider this movie to be Part B to the Part A of the first movie. Just the two go together so well. They're absolutely tied for me for my favorite movie of all time, my favorite MCU movie. This is just a phenomenal piece of filmmaking, in my opinion. I think the characters are done so well. Their arc from the very, things that were set up in the first movie are paid off so well here. The emotional resonance of, Peter coming to terms with who his father is, and where things has to go is just great. Every character gets their time to shine. Yondu is fantastic. Drax has a great character development as well. Gamora is fantastic. Her coming to terms with her sister, her relationship with Quill. Baby Groot is just awesome and is more than just a marketing ploy. I think he is fantastic as a character himself. Nebula is amazing in this movie. The villain of the film was great as well. Rocket is just fantastic in this movie. Sort of reminding myself of me in a way. Just the arc that every character goes through here is just great. The soundtrack is amazing. I think it's better than the first one. It has a bit more music in this that I kind of prefer myself. Listening to it on repeat a ton after the movie came out, and every now and then I'll throw it on again. But yeah, this movie, love it to death. I have watched it so many times since I've gotten my hands on a physical copy. It's on Netflix now, so I have actually turned on Netflix going, okay, time to catch up on something. Riverdale, no. This, no. That, no. Maybe I'll watch another episode of this, no. Oh, look, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is on here now. Okay, let's watch that. And the credits of this movie. The credits are so great to watch themselves. They made the credits even fun to watch through. And the after credit scenes are great, setting up some awesome things. Well, one set up one awesome thing, and the other ones are just humorous and fun. They're loving. I cannot say enough good things about this movie. I absolutely adore it. I love it. It is by far my favorite movie of 2017. No competition from anything else. Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it, love it, love it, love it. If you have not seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 or 1, go watch them. They're great. They're just enjoyable movies to see, and you won't think you'd care for a CGI raccoon and tree, but I promise you, you will love them both. Fantastic movie, and Dave Bautista is just amazing again as Drax. Just so good. And all the new characters are so good as well. Everybody's so good in this movie. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, number 1 pick for my favorite movie of 2017. And that was my top 10, folks, but here are a few honorable mentions of movies that I really did enjoy this year. Kong Skull Island, great movie, a great addition to that Godzilla Kong universe that they're building. John Wick 2 was fantastic. Atomic Blonde. Power Rangers was fun. Ghost in the Shell was great. Kingsman: The Golden Circle was good. Justice League I thought was a step in the right direction from DC and Warner Brothers. Kind of a little jangled mess, but it was still fun. I thought it was good, upper lip aside. And just recently I watched Bright yesterday on the 24th, and I thought that was good. I thought it was a fun movie. Even though critics have been shitting on it, I thought it was fine. I thought it was a great concept. Max Landis, I think, makes good movies. Writes good shit. So yeah, those folks are some of my honorable mentions for movies that I saw this year. I didn't see some movies yet, like the Lego Batman movie I still haven't watched. I'm sure there's many more that I'm forgetting that were kind of on my list that I want to see but just haven't been able to check out. Like I said at the beginning of this video, 2017 was an absolutely phenomenal year for movies. I hope you've enjoyed a lot yourselves, and I would love to hear what movies you thought were amazing and awesome and fantastic in this human year of 2017. So sound off in the comments down below. I thank you guys so very much, and moving into 2018, I'm going to try and get some static screen reviews back on the go where I can just sit down and talk shit or talk love about the movies that I have actually managed to go out and see or just checked out via Netflix or something. Maybe TV shows as well, but who knows? That's for 2018. Until then, I hope you folks have had a very Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Crazy Kwanzaa, a fantastic Festivus for the rest of us. Yeah, just Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and I will see you in 2018 with more Static Screen.